Welcome back everyone, this is now Tomb Raider Chronicles. There are a total of 36 secrets. So let's start with Streets of Rome. At the very beginning of the game, go through the first doorway to your left and this will be a training mission. Or training section I should say. So now I'm going to speed up the video. Because all you need to do is just follow the instructions of what Lara's saying and just do the course. I believe there's another way, but I would rather do the main course first. So there'll be a point where you'll need to go into some water as well. So once we jump into the water, you want to go to the first one to the right, or the first hole to your right. Climb to the top, climb up.
To walk the tightrope.
Now we'll be in this, the first new ability that we can use, or new action is to go through the, or go on the tripwire. But just fall down and just follow the path straight. You'll find some shelves that you can interact with and search for any new items. If you go to the far right hand side, you'll find a movable shelf that you can push towards the back wall. Now once you have moved it to the back wall, you want to turn left and go the only way you can. In this room here, you'll see a massive coin looking thing. And interact with the only thing on the shelf to gain your first of 36 roses. Eventually, once you find your revolver and a laser sight, you will need to shoot this bell to continue on with the game. Once you have shot the bell, Lara's camera angle will not move from the bell unless you lose eyesight from it. There will be a door on the left that opens, so I'd recommend before jumping down, press that switch directly in front of you so we don't have to come back just yet. So drop down, and this is where we found the revolver. Head down the stairs and go right. In this room here, hopefully you should have already found the revolver ammo, but this door will be closed, but now it's opened. If you search the shelf on the right, you will find your next secret, and the shelf behind you, from my knowledge, if I can remember correctly, there shouldn't be anything on that shelf. Now secret number 3, head back to the bell you shot and do this section inside the church area. So once you made the 2 crows turn into a dove, or whatever the hell we're going to call them. I'm going to call them doves because they're white or bluish. So once you interact with the dove, or both doves, the final door will open. Once you grab that key item, the game will finish once you go back up the slope. Before doing that, you want to jump over to the right. So this will be the switch that you need to press anyway, part of the story. But in this room, you won't find the walls until you interact with that dove, the last final dove.
Right, the second level. This one is pretty simple to get. Once you have done this pulley system where you have to make the cogs turn, this is all part of the game, you have to do it. When you finish getting this opening scene with the statue, and there's a piece just underneath. Once you have pulled this correctly, there will be a trap door that releases. It doesn't show you. So from here, drop down. Then jump over the railings or go around the corner to your right. There will be a trapdoor. Go inside to claim the secret number 1 and 2 shotgun shells. Yeah, buddy. Secret number 2. Once you get to this waterfall, once you go through it, this secret is very simple to find, or very easy to locate, I should say. Once you've dealt with the black thing in this area here, I'm not going to really say what it is, I can't remember. You'll part of the story, you need to blow him up to grab your next story piece. Once you blow him up, go into the back section, you will find like a red generator. If you jump onto the top of it, you will find your secret number 2. Secret number 3, once you have defeated the guardian statue thing that comes after you as part of the game, you have to do it. Once you jump through the window that blows up, pick up the med pack, drop down, and now go into the courtyard. Once you go in, take a left. This will be the very beginning of the level once again. And then to the right, you may already seen this door is locked, but now it's opened. These secrets weren't that bad to find. Let's go to the next level. Level 3, the Colosseum. There are 3 secrets once again. This is number 7 of the 36. As soon as you start the level, just go straight for a few steps. And then if you look to the right, you will find like an oddly shaped color wall with a chain or a ring around the boulder that you can push. Not really a boulder if it's square. Just use my imagination. As soon as you push it all the way, the only thing you can find here is your first secret. Secret number 2. Once you get the cutscene with the French fella, then you kindly push him off or help him fall down because he's slipping. Now once you get that cutscene, you need to jump over to this section here and leave this area. Just a reminder, try to remember how you got back here because we need to come back. It's part of the story. So once we get back into the main room where we pull that switch and there's like a timer to get that one main story piece. So we need to go back up. So this is where we came from again. You remember when the floor fell down? This is the same room. So do a run and jump over and you will find your secret in this room. So now just drop down where the fall gave away from you and you'll be back in that same room where we started at. Eventually you will fight, there will be not a guardian, a gladiator and a lion. One of the gladiators will drop a key and then you need to deal with one of the big guys, the big grey statue. Once you've done that, you want to go down to the bottom here. So once you pick up this thing to the left, this will end the level. So don't pick it up. So this is at the very end of the level. Instead, you want to go all the way to the other side now. And this bit here is meant to be a doorway, and it's not anymore. It's somehow converted it into a crawl space and a secret area. Level 4, the base. Once you get to the part where you pick up the swipe card from the guys in the control room. Once you have left the control room, you need to go to the far back left. And then you'll find a door that you can use the key card on. Once you go in, be careful you get attacked by a dog. Then there'll be a ventilator shaft that you can blow up or blow a hole into. Then your first secret of this level will be located at the very back. Secret number 2. Once you have done the crane part and the crane has ripped the door off. There will be 2 guards come from left and right side. There's no point going to the right because you need a key. So you may as well go to the left. Once you get to the outside, you need to jump on top of the hanging crate or the container. Now from here, the correct way to go after you grab the collectible is the doorway just below to the right hand side. Of course you need to swipe cards to make sure you use that to get in. But once you're on the container, jump across and go over to the other set of containers and you'll see a single box above holding your secret number 2. Secret number 3. Once you get into the changing rooms, there will be a guard dog inside. And in one of these changing rooms, or lockers I should say, you'll find your fuse that is part of the main game, so you need to grab it. But before leaving, head into the showers and go to the far right hand side. You will find the trapdoor that you can open. Jump inside and then follow the only way you can until you get to the very end of this section. And then you'll find your last and final secret for this level. The submarine level. After the level starts, you need to find yourself a crowbar and go through this ventilation shaft. It's all part of the story, so you need to do it. When you get to the top, make sure you back out because you can't actually go forward. And then there'll be a hole inside this vent part, so just go down. And if you keep going down, you should hopefully see that there's a gap to the left hand side that contains our secret number 1 of 3. Secret number 2. Once you drop down from the ventilation shaft and use your crowbar to take out the cook. Once you leave into the mess hall, you will find there's 2 guards to the right hand side. And also another guard that comes out from the toilet. If you go into this back room, and be careful of the guard that comes to your left. Now you want to go where the guard came from. Once you get here, there'll be a path going left or right. You can't go left, so go right. Head up the ladder. Of course, after you open the door. And be very careful, once again, there'll be 2 guards in here and there'll be one of the main mission items in this room. And the first box to your right, you can use your crowbar to open it to gain your secret number 2.
No.
So now head back to the mess room. This time we are going to go to the right side. So now jump on top of the box. You need to come through here anyway, so it's really, you can't really miss this part. Well, you can, but you need to do it anyway. So when you jump up, you will need to crawl through 2 of these. So this is number 1. Yeah, I got kind of lost in which one it was, so the reason why I got the flare at the wrong time. So this is the second one we don't need to worry about, so keep climbing. And then once we get to the third little ramp, and then we go up. Also, you should see a trapdoor just ahead of you. We need to go that way as part of the story. So now jump up to claim the secret 3 of 3. Deep sea dive. As soon as you start the level, you will come from the main submarine. Now there's two ways you can go. You can go left or right. Of course we need to go right for the secret. This part on the right, this doesn't contain anything apart from a mini sub that comes after us and our secret. So go down to this little hole located near the back side at the bottom. That is it for this level. Sinking submarine. Once you have spoken with the Admiral and left the room, in this room here you will find a ventilation grate that you can destroy. Once you turn off the power, please remember where you found this power switch, because you need to come there for the last secret of the level. So now once we have left, go past the cafeteria area to the right, drop down. I'll say drop down safely. And now if you want to go to this room down here to the left, once you investigate that room, there will be two bad guys that come out from nowhere in this same corridor. Once you have dealt with both of the bandits or the bad guys, you will find a bronze key. This bronze key will be for the second secret. So once we get back to the area with the fire in the water, you will see this area a few times on your adventure anyway, so you can't really forget it or miss it, because it's the only corridor with fire in. So once you're back in the canteen area and go into the kitchen, you've probably already most likely seen this secret like I seen it when I was playing it. But of course you can't get it, you will die. You pretty could get it if you had full life, but I didn't try. So now for the second secret, once we have gained both oxygen tank and the nitrogen tank, I think it was. So once we've got both of them, you should hopefully already have them before you got the first secret. If you haven't, then backtrack. Because you'll find one tank in this area here where I'm looking. I think it's the oxygen container we get from this area. Of course you'll see two bad guys like I said on the first secret part of the video. You need to get the brown key or the bronze to get this next secret. Now climb to the top of the ladder. We need to head back to the Admiral's room as well. So to the left here, this will be the nitrogen tank, I do believe, in this room. So this is where the Admiral should be. Well, not this room, but the next room just up ahead. But before going to him, jump back into the ventilation shaft and go all the way back to your electric switch. Right next to that switch, you will find that there's a door. Use your bronze key on that door to gain access. There will be one shelf and there will be one cabinet that you can search. If you search the cabinet, you will get the secret number 2. Then once you grab secret number 2, head back to where you see the Admiral, climb that ladder and insert your 2 oxygen tanks to finish the level. Gallows tree. So as soon as you start the level, head straight. Now you need to make a run and jump to the alcove you just see in front of you, or that ledge. Now go along to the left side and go all the way to the left and drop down once again. Make sure you jump on the next piece of mountain or rock side. You will slide down just a little bit, don't panic. Now just run off the side and fall down. Be very careful how you do this, because you can like hit a visual barrier. It will knock you down and die. But yeah, in this room there will be a golden rose. It'll be number 1 of 3. This one was pretty easy to find. It wasn't that difficult to do. But there have been some secrets where they're pretty difficult to find. But other than that, these ones compared to the rest of the Tomb Raiders have been pretty damn easy at the moment. So once you've finally found the Gallows tree, and you'll get a cutscene in this area as well. If you turn right, do some maneuvering, and you'll find your next secret just on the top of the mountain or the rocks or the platform here, overlooking the Gallows tree area. Quite a ways into the level, or near the end of the level I should say. With your newfound torch, you need to find the tree stump. Then you need to light that up to gain the heart. Make sure you don't do that just yet. If you go right and turn right again. So, sorry, before you do that, once you drop down, go over, or go straight on, and the platform below you will crumble. If you turn right, you go towards a light. Turn right and head down. Make sure you walk past these spikes. If you don't, you can die pretty damn fast. Once you get to the crawl space, just crawl down, pick up the large med pack, and the final secret for this level. Labyrinth. Once you have dealt with the shadow fiends. So this is still the start of the level, but once you have dealt with the fiends, this door here will be unlocked. Once you have done that, do not go down to the left, look up and then jump up. There will be a switch. You don't have to do this because this switch only activates for the secret. So this switch is not part of the game, so you can actually miss this one pretty good. Now go into the other room where you have been here before. But go to the door to the left. This will now be unlocked. You will find a large medipack and a secret number 1, the golden rose, in this little hole. Also, just turn around, go out the door, you'll see another small medpack, if you haven't got that already. So once you have done the next area, or went to the next area, you have to drop down all the way down to the stairwell into the water safely. Once you came out the water, you'll get a cutscene. Go for the first door you see. This will be the lava area. Before pressing the switch, make sure you do a run and jump over just to your left hand side. There's no point pulling yourself up, you just have to go around the sides while grabbing on the ledge. Once you get here, I'd recommend saving your game because you can easily mess this up. Make sure you are as right as you can because the ceiling above will mess you up. Do a run and jump over, turn left, and then you should run directly into the secret. Once you have done the puzzle area with the gas chambers, the lava and the other stuff, you will find these glowing white dust things. I have no idea what you call them, but they're dancing around. You just follow them. They will lead you where you need to go, but won't lead you where you need to go for the secret. So what you need to do for the secret, you need to jump on this ceiling ledge or ceiling ladder, or the platform to the left of you. You need to do that. That's part of the story. You have to go on top of that platform. But the secret, if you go through this crawl space, as you see, you may already see the golden rose in the background. Now all we need to do is just grab onto the ledge and go around. The next level, Old Mill. Like to point out, when you get to this section, please go onto the rope directly in front of you, then turn around and go on to the, it's like a platform with a torch on it. Then you need to bring the torch back inside where you came from and light it up and come back out again, just so you can get these little buggers to go away from you. You can actually do it where they're attacking you, but you will lose a lot of life and health packs. So for the second one, it's quite a ways into this old milled level. Once you have jumped up to this section above and turned the switch, or the electric switch, this will like rearrange all the
doorways and waterways and all that stuff in this level. Once you've done that, you'll see like a short cutscene with like showing you where you need to go. So if we head back to the main water mill, or the mill, but go right. If you head to the left, that's where we don't need to go. So back where the windmill is. You've probably most likely already seen this area, but you can, or say you can, and I haven't tried it. But I'm assuming you can. You can run directly over the fire, but if you don't press that switch does this thing, and it does like the main objective thing as well. So you need to press it anyway. And you'll find the next secret here. Now from the last location, secret number 3. This one's not too bad to find. So now we need to head back to the main starting location of the old mill. So once you found the Ghost Rider with good old father, you go past to where he goes up during the cutscene at the start of the level. This time, if you're looking at the main ramp, if you go to the left side of this section, you'll be right here in the red water. Now go in the water, follow it around. There'll be a point now where you can turn left in a small alcove. This will lead you directly to the secret number 3. The 13th floor. On your way or getting the hammer, you will find a cutscene with a big heavy armored person. In that exact same room, you will find the the golden rose. So all this part here is all part of the story progression anyway, so you have to come here anyway. Try your best to avoid the laser because you do die pretty damn quick. So the correct way to go is to the right to carry on and get the hammer. But instead, if you want to shoot this grate to the left, and then crawl through, and go into the area that the armored guy was during the cutscene. Be careful of the 2 array things, what you call them, laser traps. And then all you need to do is go, well, just keep going this direction, and you'll run directly into the room with the golden rose. Once you have grabbed the disc, once again, don't need to show you much because this is all part of the story. As far as I know, you can't go any other way. You'll get a very short scene with explosions happening on the pipe. This seems very confusing at first, but it's really not that difficult. It acts like the electric that goes from the top to bottom, but since it's blowing up, it's a lot harder to do distinguish. But once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. Before going all the way down, make sure you do a back jump and grab this secret before carrying on with the story. Okay, once you get to this part is not really difficult to get to. It's all part of the story once again. But once you get to this section here, if you go inside and hold him up with a gun, you'll get a cutscene. You need to stay outside and kill him. The reason why you got to stand outside and kill him, this will unlock the path to the secret. If you do it the other way, where you hold him up, the cutscene triggers where you make him use a key card to go through the door, you cannot get the secret otherwise. But if you kill him, then you can get the secret. But doing this way, you'll get 2 guys at the start once you kill them. You got to backtrack where the turret is. This time you will have to go left. You will find 1 more person in here. And once you go down 2 more ramps, you will find another person. So there's 4 guys in total to kill. But if you do it the other way, like I said, you just can't get here. You skip like the entire section to the secret. Level 12, Escape with the Iris. This one's not too bad once you get into the elevator shaft. Do a back jump and grab the chain. You have to be aligned and you got to do this quite quickly to do it. But there is another way by dropping down from the crawl space. If you go to the far left and drop, you should be able to simply just walk through the hole. Once you go down the bottom of the chain, just jump through the little hole in the wall to grab it. Later on, once you go across the zip line or the walkway, and it's not really a walkway, is it? Go down the slopes. You'll be in a room where you see a guard walk across. There's no point dealing with the guard because we need this guard for this next secret. Try your best not to get seen straight away, but when you do get seen, run towards the window with the water. Once he has shot the water, then you can gain access to the secret. Secret number 3 from the last location. Ignore the guard, keep going around. The guard will just simply not go after you when you get to a certain point. When you go upstairs, you'll get attacked by a sniper or a turret. I think it's a sniper though, trying to get you. Don't need to really explain what you need to do because you need to do this anyway. But there's one part of it where you don't need to do. But you need it for the secret. So once you reach the second floor, there will be a switch that we can press. Once you press it, and then if you jump towards the fire extinguisher, now we need to try and make the sniper or whatever's shooting us blow up the fire extinguisher. But be careful, the fire extinguisher did catch me on fire for some reason, but once the sniper eventually does blow it up, grab your secret. Now the last level, red alert. At the very start, you would need to take care of the armored guy. Now just all you need to do now is just continue up the walkways. Now, when you get to the part of the walkway that collapses, quickly press the grab button. This is not a big deal if you miss the jump because you have to go back around anyway if you miss it. So you can't really miss this climb up. But before climbing up, go through the hole in the wall to your left. And then you'll find the secret. This one's pretty straightforward to find. This one's the pain in the butt. Eventually, you'll get to a firing range. You will need to come here as part of the story. The first firing range you need to do perfectly to be able to carry on with the story. So this is a must. But once you do this in a certain amount of time, the next fire range on the left side, depending which way you look at it, will unlock. So this is the second optional. You don't need to do it firing range, but you need to do it for the secret. So the main goal for this is to make sure the targets do not cross the first line. As you see just below my reticle, at the bottom one, the spiky one, they cannot cross that bar. If they cross the bar, you cannot get the secret. So you might need to save the game. You know if you do it correctly because you are able to leave the poisoned area. So the right door unlocks for the part of the story. The left door will stay locked if you don't do the firing range properly. In the room you'll find secret number 2. Once you get to the gas chambers, as soon as you enter the gas chamber, go through the first door in front of you and take a left. Not sure why I'm really explaining it, but you need to come here anyway to push that switch directly in front of you. But in the same room, you will find a crawl space containing your last secret. And that is it for Tuna Marida. Thank you guys and girls for watching.